Well, I don't know if you heard, but the former Lieutenant Governor, Justin Fairfax, it was a tragedy what happened with him and his soon-to-be ex-wife. So Mr. Fairfax, he ended up unaliving his wife and ended up unaliving himself. And that's just a total tragedy because his children, their children, lost their mom and their father. And, you know, as someone who went through a divorce before, I definitely can understand why, especially men, really need to be in therapy and really know how to handle their emotions, because men don't really do too well in the realm of emotion, and divorce disrupt your whole world. It really do. Okay. Most men, you know, men does not want to go file for divorce. I always tell people, if a man would file for divorce on his wife, she done something, because most men wouldn't gonna stay with her. That's the bottom line. Well, the situation, you know, everybody, which is tragic as it is, Boule Martin, Boule Martin, you know, he made a post about the situation, and he's getting in some hot water with it. And he posted a picture of himself and the wife or whatever, saying he knew him, he really didn't know her. But so a lot of people got on Boule Martin's bumper about that today. A lot of people getting at him about that, because they're like, why would you, you know, why are you even centering yourself in that situation? But so I had this one sister that actually came out, and she was talking about how Boule Martin talked crazy to her and cussed her out. And I want you to check out what this sister had to say.
Oh, y'all just now realizing that Roland Martin is misogynistic? He's part of the reason I left Threads. He cussed at me and I said, hey, that is not how a gentleman speaks to a lady. And now all of a sudden he can't see me, even though he was just crashing out in my comment section.
Why Boule Martin cursed her out? She made a video saying that basically she felt that anytime a role for a Black American it comes up in Hollywood and kind of movie, it should be played by a Black American. He didn't like that. He got upset. He started cussing her out, you know, things like that. And here's the thing about a lot of that. I'm not going to sit up here and cuss another man's woman out, or just a woman in general. I'm not cussing nobody, to be honest with you. I'm really not. Number one, that takes too much energy and too much of my time. If I need to get that much energy, it's plenty of things that I can do right here where I'm at to be more productive. That's just number one. Number two, I'm going to keep saying that I don't understand how someone like himself, who has a college education, who's been on network TV or whatever the case may be, and he talks that way, but it's like the Donald Trump thing. You can't buy class. I'm sorry, that's no class. It's classless. I mean, when you are saying you are having a microphone and you're speaking to the Black community, then you're speaking to the community. That means men, women, and children. You shouldn't be speaking in a way where our children can't digest things, right? Because not everybody let their kids hear somebody cuss every 5 minutes. A lot of parents don't allow that, and you shouldn't, right? When we have these microphones, we need to be responsible. There's a lot of people that I get upset about that act real silly and stupid, okay? I don't go and cuss nobody out. Even when I'm upset, I don't go do that, because I have to have a certain type of decorum. There are men and women that have got on my nerves over the years. Some people that just don't even leave me alone. They sit up here emailing me about things that I don't listen. I'm like, listen, I okay, whatever you say, that's fine. But they just keep emailing over the years, harassing my family, just doing all kind of things, right? And it's like, if anybody have a right to go crash out on certain people, it would be me. And I still don't go out here and crash out on people. And surely I'm not going to just, if that's somebody's opinion and I disagree with whatever their opinion is, okay, it's their opinion, they have a right to it. But I'm not going to sit up here and go just curse somebody out. For sure, I'm not going to curse no woman out. I mean, you got to have some respect, you know, and sisters, you should be highly offended by that. Now, Boule Martin's problem, I've been saying that I just personally think he's jealous of women. I think he's jealous of women because y'all women, so y'all do the sassy thing. That's what women do. And he's highly competing with, I guess, with y'all, and because y'all do it the right way because y'all women, and he's trying to mimic, I guess, or whatever he's trying to do. You know, like I said, I can't listen to a sassy man talk. I can't do that. I mean, I'll, you know, you point something out to me, then maybe I'll listen to it, but I can't do the sassy man thing. No. When I hear a man, I want to hear a man talk. It's just that simple. If I'm going to personally ingest it. But if you say, hey, Phil, look at this for reporting purposes, I'll look at something for reporting purposes. But cussing a woman out and all that, it's abusive language, because even if you disagree with her, it's fine. But you don't have to be abusive in your language, okay? And, I got daughters, okay? And I wouldn't want no man talking crazy like that to my daughters just because they feel that a Black American actor should play a Black American role. I wouldn't want that. And the thing is, but people like Boule Martin, he loves to talk online, but when he get pulled up on, like brother Jamal Green pulled up on him in Chicago, he was getting them same Black women in between them at the church house. He didn't have no mouth for brother Jamal. He had no mouth. And brother Jamal didn't put no hands on him, but he stepped to him and said, "Hey man, what's all that mess you talking online? Let's go ahead and have that conversation right now." And he was quiet. He was quiet. He had nothing to say. And when I saw that video of Jamal pulling up on Boule Martin and he had nothing to say, I said, man, that's why I don't even pay to even argue with him. Because if you step to him, he gonna be hiding somewhere. And I'm not advocating dudes get into it like that, but you can't talk to people any kind of way, man. You can't talk to women any kind of way, because especially the women. Because you talk to a woman the kind of way, you don't know who her husband is, her boyfriend is, you don't know who her daddy is, her brother. You don't know who you talking to. You really don't online. You could be talking to a straight certified unaliver out here. They wife or they whatever. And they were, some dudes won't even go that route with you, but when you talk to a lady like that, you know what I'm saying? They gotta come see you at that point. And they may pull up on you at an event, especially he's always at events. He gonna be over here? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go pull up on him and see go holler at him and see what he was talking about. Cause since he got all his mouth to say something about my wife. Yeah, you gotta be careful out here. But that's not a way to talk to Black women. I'm sorry, you don't talk to Black women like that just because they have a difference of opinion. You know how many times Black women have said things over the years that really just, I could have really said something to them. I'm like, because to me, I'm just not gonna waste my energy, because just words are words. But Boule Martin, he been on that for years. He been on that, and I'm glad that sister, talking about it, because trust me, she's not the only one. She is not the only one. See, nobody out there can say, "Oh man, Phil, he went cuss me out," because I don't cuss at nobody. I don't write no cuss at nobody. Matter of fact, you tell me off in the comment section. You tell me something crazy, I'm not going to respond to it. I just going to block you if I see it. That's it. I'm like, well, clearly you don't want to be here because you don't like me. I don't block people for having an opinion about the content. But when you start insulting me, you try to insult my family, or you insult people on my team, like just being insulting. Not that you disagree. It's okay to disagree what we're talking about. But if you're being insulting, you're getting blocked. I'm not going to argue with you, because I'll have conversations with rational adults, but I will not, talk to nobody that's being insulting. No, it won't even happen. But, Black people got to do better. And what I mean by do better, you got to not listen to that type of stuff. Like I refuse to listen to somebody just talking crazy like that. And the thing, it's not even funny. I can understand if it was a jokey joke, it was funny, but no. You're actually trying to cuss people out. And I don't like listening to people who is elitist. When you constantly calling people Simple Simon, that means you're an elitist. You think you're better than somebody. You're not better than anybody. Trust me, because if you was better, you'd be making way more than what you got now, I guess. And even if you were making more, it doesn't qualify you to be better. But, yeah, it's sister here, reporting this about him. But, what about the women that is around him? Like, they don't check him? And if they're not checking him, what kind of women are that? But over here in the grassroots media, we respect the sisters over here. We respect the brothers. We don't talk crazy like that. That's not what we do. Because when you love Black people, you respect Black people. You don't talk to them any kind of way. You don't talk to them crazy. Remember how Stephen was on the plantation? How he talked to the Black people? How he had a whole lot of vitriol to Black people? Why? Because he was on the plantation. Same vitriol he has, Boule Martin. you don't like black people because the way you talk to them. When you love black people, you're gonna talk to them with reverence, respect, and also some love. Even if they wrong, you're not gonna talk to them in a way that they're less than human, and for sure you're not gonna try to insult their intelligence, even if you disagree with a person. But shout out to our sister here for putting that out there. You know, sister, we support you. We support you. You know, hey, you want to come over here and have a conversation about some things, definitely on our app, more so than anywhere else on our app, you're definitely welcome to, because, these people shouldn't be, you know, especially a dude that got quiet when a man pulled up on him. You should never say nothing to a woman.